Good evening, everybody. Hope you're all doing great. Hi, Charlene. Hi, Mia Geeked. Hi, Dungeon Matron. Drive safe over there, Thomas. And Campaign Train, good to see you as always. Hope you're all doing great. Well, today we're going to do another kind of on the workbench kind of stream. I did finish the orcs I started last week. Picture for evidence. But yeah, I figured out that with the setup I have right now, it's not really comfortable to paint. You guys can't really see what I'm doing because everything is so small. So I was thinking of mixing it up a bit and doing some live crafting instead. So what I am planning to do right now is craft some orcish terrain. I'm sure Gygas will be fine either way. He's a smart boy. So yeah, orcish terrain. I do have some ideas, thinking of starting with some tents and possibly some barricades. But if you guys have any ideas of anything else I could build, go ahead, just drop them in the comments. Yeah, let's get started. But before we do, just another reminder for the community showcase. So if you're all working on anything fun that you want to show off, just drop a picture in there. Okay. There we go. Put my unpainted orc for scale. And I'm going to be building a tent based off on a video that Sahak Crafts had posted a few months ago. I'm just going to drop the link for reference here. And we're good to go. Okay, so the idea here is that maybe I should start the music because oh dear. Gone there. Help. I just need to make sure that I'm not actually getting the music in the headphones, otherwise it's just going to drive me nuts. No, actually that's worse. Yeah, okay, maybe I'll turn on. Yeah, I don't think it's actually coming over there. So yeah, let's forget the music for now. We'll okay. So can you guys still hear me? Okay, I'm going to start out with some cocktail skewers. The idea here is that we're going to make a frame and then drape some paper towels over it to make a basic structure. And that's just going to be the infrastructure of this thing, because what we're going to do later is put rags and other pieces of stuff onto it. Now, one thing I like about that is that the way orcs are in my head is like these locusts, basically, who pick up, invade a place, pick up random stuff, build their tents out of it, then move on. So this should be pretty colorful at the end of it. Okay. Let's get the first one, then I can base the others off it. Now, what Mark did in his video was to build these directly onto the base, but what I'm planning to do is to build it on this piece of polystyrene, and then I'm just going to cut supports off so I can place it on any other terrain. Once we've got the paper towels soaked with PVA glue, that's pretty solid. I mean, it's practically plastic at that point, so it should hold up fine on its own. Okay. So yeah, basically yesterday I was preparing some goblins for painting this week, and I did have to drill some holes into them to put them up on the painting stands. Yeah, so basically, yeah, I spent Saturday evening giving goblins some new bottles, which I probably not a phrase you hear very often. Okay, I should move this out of the way and make things more comfortable for myself. So yeah, what are you guys working on? Anything fun? Right now, I think I'm just fully in... I'm sure that goblin is fine. Yeah, I think the weirdest thing about those goblins is actually the dangly bits, because they've got this peg to fit on their wolves, and it looks very strange for something that is essentially a children's toy, basically. Here we go. Going to save these so we have some spiky bits for later. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to make another one. And then we're going to need a slightly taller one for the central pole. I think this should be just fine. Okay, so yeah, yesterday we were also talking about blade management and safety, and yeah, I don't mind cutting towards myself as long as I'm aware of where the blade is, and I'm not applying too much pressure. Absolutely not a problem. But I am pretty careful. Whenever the blade is not in use, I like to shut it off or at least put it somewhere safe. I did have one bad experience with a chisel once. That was enough for the rest of my natural life. Do not want it to happen again. Let's see. It's a nice roomy tent for work. And yeah, one of the best things about building orky terrain is that, hey, if something is a bit wonky, that's fine. That's the way they would build it anyway. Okay. Yes, Chris, exactly. Don't do it the way Dungeon Maker does it. I mean, let's be honest, everyone forgets where the blade is at any point in time. Of course, Bertrain, good to see you. Just sometimes it goes okay, sometimes you get a very pointed reminder. So yeah, pays to be careful. So I've got this takeaway food container, which I'm going to use to mix the glue in. Funny thing, I'm the guy at work who just watches everyone when they get these kind of weird containers. They're like, "Hey, are you finished with that? Can I have the container?" Okay. So school glue. Absolutely crap for 90% of gluing functions, but it's really good for cases where you're just using large amounts of glue to soak things, or I like to use it when I'm making the forbidden chocolate, because it's pretty cheap, and as an additive, it works fairly well. It's just not very good for sticking two things together. But for this kind of function, it works just fine. So one thing I'm thinking of doing for the barricades later on is, because, again, going on with the team that orcs are raiders and they just pick up random stuff from wherever they raid and use it, I just want to make some small piece of furniture to use in the barricades, like tables and chairs. But other than that, I can't really think of many things that an orc camp must have. I mean, like a prisoner pit, maybe, or something like that. So yeah, I would appreciate it, I guess. Ooh, paper ripping ASMR. That could be a thing. I should try to rip this properly. Okay, I'm pretty sure this will not be dry by the end of the stream, but let's see where we get. I don't use nearly enough paper in my builds. It's pity, because it's really good material. But then again, I guess it depends on what you're building as well. So let's see if we can get this on. Yep. Okay, that didn't tear up, which is a good start. Oh, this is going to be messy. I am making a mess. Messes are good. Okay. So what I am trying to do here, apart from potentially gluing myself to everything, is draping these piece of paper towel over the frame, so I can glue other stuff onto it. And what I'm trying to avoid is having the paper break on me. Okay, well, I can do it. So I'm pretty sure that this could be strong enough on its own without all the other stuff on top, but the thing is that the texture isn't going to be very nice. It's just going to be literally the paper towel texture. But with some fabrics and other pieces on top, it should work just fine. And yes, I should definitely have spread out some plastic over over the table before I started this. So usually when I'm doing some kind of work with a lot of water like this, I like to spread a garbage bag over the table because it makes it so much easier to clean. I didn't think of that. I will have to suffer the consequences of my actions later. I was just about to ask about it, about the putting something on the table. Yeah, definitely. I think that's something that we don't really talk about much on, definitely at least not on crafting YouTube. It's like how much time it takes to clean up after working on something. Okay. Well, crap. Or during, as the case may be. Hey, Mia, welcome back. And I see that Evolution of Gaming also joined us. Hi there. Won't the skewers adhere to the styrofoam from the pool glue? They probably will, but the thing is that styrofoam is fairly easy to remove. I mean, you can just scrape it off, you can melt it if you like. It's not going to be a problem to remove that. Besides, I'm already planning to, the parts of the Jesus, a lot of water. The parts of the skewer that are under the foam are still going to get cut off anyway. So I don't mind when I'm pulling it out, just breaking those parts off if they're stuck or whatever. And now, just thinking about it, one thing I don't have in here is a bin, which would be a really useful thing to have. Why did I not think about it before? That seems to be the theme of most of my stuff. Oh yeah, by the way, because I forgot to mention it last time, I think, remember that the spooky crafting challenge for Halloween is in 2 weeks, which also means that I should probably think about something to make for that. What? Okay, it seems like this could work. I'll bring this up to the other camera in a second so you can actually see what's going on here, because I realized that the top view is not really the best way to picture this. So, okay, so I said this might not be dry by the end of the stream, but now that I see this whole pool of water and stuff here, might be a couple of weeks before it's completely dry. Yeah, maybe not that long, but it will be a while. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in front of a fan. I find that for PVA-based glues, it's usually what you need is a good air current rather than heat. Thanks for a Rocky Carnival. It's also with paint, especially if you're trying to dry a miniature quickly when you're painting, which is not something you should try to do anyway, because sometimes with some paints it can give a weird finish. But what you want is something to blow air onto it, because that for acrylics that will dry it much faster than heating it. Plus, if you're not careful with hot air, you end up with this kind of glossy, weird finish. So yeah, that's good. Loud traffic outside. Sorry about that. If you picked that up. Where was I? Yeah. So yeah, PVA glues, acrylic paints, and stuff like that. If you want them to dry faster, go with a fan. Yes. Try to move the mouse without gluing myself to it. Okay, let's close up this great big hole here. Otherwise, the orcs will get cold. Can't have that. And just a little bit more here. Hi, Sophie. Good to see you. Yeah, the cross. What I've seen so far with some acrylics, not all of them, is that if you heat them up, they kind of go either chalky or kind of glossy. It depends on the acrylic. But yeah, temperature does not really matter for the drying or curing or whatever. Look at that. I seem to have mixed just exactly enough glue for this. Apart from all the stuff that I wasted on the table, of course. I'm imagining. Yeah, you can build a second tent with the desktop blue paddle. Yep, definitely. Okay, and the dungeon mate is saying, I'm imagining an orc version of those strength tests where you use a hammer to bounce a weight up to ring the bell. Except the weight is a decapitated head. I mean, Orky Carnival could be a thing, yeah. But yeah, I definitely want to try to do something a bit more subtle. That's one of the reasons why I went for spooky for the theme of this challenges time around, because, you know, gross and disgusting and stuff like that are not easy exactly, but how would you say it? It's we've done that before. Now, on the other hand, something that is disturbing or slightly off-putting, I think that takes a bit more thought. Okay. I think this could pass for an underwater building. Tip some of the water out into the container. But yeah, I think you can see that there is a fair bit in there. I'm just going to go and grab something to wipe that up in a second. But I think I need another hand. I think this is looking pretty good. Possibly make the next one a bit shorter, but I think this is good for a start. See if I can get it somewhere. Yeah. So I'm just going to leave my desk for a second to get something to clean this up and maybe pick up a bin and stuff like that. And I'll be back in a couple of minutes. 1 sec. To not put the mouse on the glue, that would be a bad idea. Okay, I'm back and I have managed to successfully not glue myself to everything while I cleaned it up. Hey, Legislator Chronics, good to see you. Let's see. Orc Carnival food idea, Goblin. On a stick. Orc Fortune Teller. You go and die right now. Okay. So let's get on with some barricades. It's going to be sticky for a while. And okay, so I'm going to use these crafting sticks for bases, but I'm also going to use a couple of them to make some of the furniture I mentioned. So putting 5 aside to use as bases later. And I'm going to start making some stuff out of this. Okay. Start with a quick door. You can use the marks on the cutting mat to help you. I've had this cutting mat for years, and I'll be honest, it only occurred to me a couple of months ago to use them. Okay, multiple shallow cuts. There we go. Didn't break off cleanly, but Orc dunk game. Man bound in ropes with an apple in his mouth, placed on a platform that will dunk him into a cauldron of boiling water. Carrots and potatoes included. When I think you're really getting into this Orc carnival thing, aren't you? Okay, sandpaper. Okay, and I'm just going to cut some lines into this. Okay, the way I'm doing it is using a V-cut. So basically it's one cut straight down, or as straight as I can make it anyway, and then angling the blade at an angle. Sounds like a one-shot adventure to me. It does, doesn't it? Okay, now when you're getting close to the edge of something, I like to use another stick to support the ruler so it doesn't wobble around. Ah, come on. And yeah, although I've got my finger in there, when I'm cutting, the blade is here. My finger is all the way over here. So still going on about the knife safety from yesterday. I mean, right now, for example, I am cutting towards myself, but there's about this much gap. It won't even fit on the camera. About this much gap from me and the blade, so it's not that much of a big deal. Plus, as long as you're using a sharp blade, you don't need to push or use a lot of force, which means it's a lot safer because you're less likely to slip and cut yourself. orcs would have a face squig eating contest. Okay, that's a bit of 40k lore there. So squigs are these, for those who not familiar with 40k, squigs are this kind of weird fungus creature that seems to show up wherever orcs are. And they come in all sorts of varieties. I mean, all orcs just call them all squigs. So there are useful ones like hair squigs, which are basically a mouth and a lot of hair, which orcs clamp to their heads because they're all naturally bald. So if they want to have hair, they just clamp a squig onto it. Then they've got less useful varieties like Nesher squigs that hang to on the sides of orc toilets and try to take a bite out of anyone who's trying to use the bathroom. Oh, yeah, definitely a bit wonky, but that's okay. Then they've got cape squigs, which are basically a mouth with legs. They're a lot of fun. But the squig eating contest that Evolution of Gaming is talking about is basically orc grabs a squig and tries to eat it before the squig eats him. For 40k orcs are not the brightest around, but they are fun. Okay, again, lots of little shallow cuts. It's not even anywhere close to straight, but it will work. Bad carpentry is definitely spooky, yeah. Okay, so I think we can get away with using a little super glue for this. So while we're on this topic of safety, when you're using super glue, just don't stand over it, because the fumes can get very irritating on the eyes. If it would take, it would obviously be very helpful. There you go. You know, the thing with 40k lore is that back in the 90s especially, it used to be way richer. I don't know, do they still add those things to the codices and rule books? Because I think it was it's become a lot drier in the recent years. And another thing about 40k orcs, for example, that in Warhammer Fantasy, it's been a bit, you know, sometimes it's this way, sometimes it's the other way. But in 40k, the orcs are fungi. In 40k, especially in Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay, they're just another species, so we get little boy orcs and little girl orcs and stuff like that, but in 40k it's more like they just sprout out of the ground. That's one wonky door done. Okay, next I would like to make a table. Okay, so this is probably too wide. This should be just fine. Okay, I'm just going to get those rounded ends off. That broke. Good start. Okay. Again, while cutting the edges here, my fingers are all the way back. Yeah, let's just do it the Yorkish way. Some nice broken edges anyway. And this looks about the right length for a table. It's not going to be a nice table. Plus, it's just going on a barricade anyway, so it should be fine. Okay. Same here. Oh, you get a broken wood texture. Just break some wood. There we go. This looks a bit too nice now. Too clean of an edge, so I'm just going to make another one. Or carpenter's favorite tool, daka daka daka. Yeah, again, I mean, like the orcs used to be the kind of comic relief. I don't know what they're like these days, but used to be that way. Which doesn't mean that they weren't painted as dangerous, because I mean, like, especially for example in Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay, one orc is pretty much a total party kill if they're unprepared. Just up a bit. If the carnival had a hall of mirrors that distort reflections, I'm imagining Gord saying, I don't see anything weird. Yeah, right. I'm just going to use some of these extra long matchsticks for the legs. Dispose of these safely later. So when cutting something small, sometimes what I like to do is take out the blade and just use it on its own. Okay, just mark corner to corner. And you get a nice cut. The problem with this matchstick wood is that it is kind of soft, so it splits very easily. Yeah, probably better get another one, but I think I've got enough to work with here. So, how tall would this be? Okay, so miniature for scale, always useful. This one. Okay, and once I've cut the first leg, I just use that as a guide. Oh, that went way, way off. Come on. Yeah, now one thing I find with cutting small stuff is when it goes ballistic. Well, there's always just risk. Now with matchsticks, it's not that much of a problem. But with some other stuff like plastic, I like to have some kind of backstop, like even if it's just a small box or something. Hey, Rob Evans, good to see you. How are you doing, my man? Been a while. Screw this. Right. Some sandpaper on there so it's better. But that's not going to be a nice table. I mean, it's just going on a barricade. Corrections. I've sliced my fingers many times. Texture in popsicles. Yeah, that is a thing that can happen. That's why you have to be extra careful. I mean, to texture popsicle sticks, one thing you could do is just use a wire brush instead. But because popsicle sticks tend to be very small and wire brushes could be a bit messy to handle with that, what I find useful when I do that is tape them to a block. So you're handling a larger block and you're handling the wire brush. It's much easier. And yeah, I mean, otherwise a wire brush won't cut you, but it will skin your fingers. Okay, Robert Evans, I'm doing great. Just finished the first draft of my book, and now I'm ready to start crafting. Let's go. Ooh, okay. Now you can't leave us with that. You have to tell us more about it. What kind of book are you writing? Right, now I'll need another 2 pieces to go here to hold this together. Now, of course, I just put this away. Luckily, my actual 1-to-1 scale carpentry is a bit better than this. There used to be this guy on the Tabletop Crafters Guild. I haven't seen him in a while. A professional carpenter, and he used to make some carpentry in miniature scale as well. Not complete joinery, I hope, but he did make some pretty epic stuff out of wood and in 28mm scale. Again, careful with the super glue. I have had some experiences with this. It hurts. Okay, that should be enough to glue the legs on. By the way, painter's tape is your friend whenever you're working on anything like this. Let's try a different one. What you don't want to do is when you're trying to glue something and it's not cooperating, what you don't want to do is flip it over, because then you're going to glue it to your own fingers. Ask me how I know. Okay, I see that you wrote something, Rob. I'm going to get to that in a second. Because that sounds absolutely fascinating. Stay there. Stay. Okay, one of the downsides of super glue is that if it's anywhere that's going to be exposed, you have to paint over it. You can just stain the wood because it won't take the stain in the same way. Okay, so let's see. Sure, the novel is a cyberpunk noir detective story about a gumshoe called Darlow, set in Seattle in 2076. The detective life is up and down. The book dives into that story. It's in 96. Nice. Okay, I'm definitely looking forward to this one. Okay. Sophie's saying I always end up gluing stuff to my finger somehow anyway. Yeah, that has been known to happen. Pumice is great for getting at the stuff of the skin. Okay, good to know. Oh, okay. Yeah, reason I pre-stain all my wood these days. Less of an issue if there's glue somewhere after that. That is a very good idea. Okay. Okay, so it seems it's holding on okay for now. Let's peel this stuff off. Yeah, we have a table. I mean, it's not a great table, but it's a table. Wait, where's dinner? Okay, so shall I make some tiny chairs? Yeah, why not? Okay, for the record, I think stools and benches are more common in medieval settings, but why not? Let's make a chair. Okay, this is not the way I normally cut these things, but for the sake of expediency on the stream, it will work. Oh, well, look at that. Not sure if you can see it, but the teeth on the pliers left a little texture in there. Good to know. But okay, let's see if we can mark this. We're making bad furniture. Yay! We're making tiny bad furniture. Yeah, okay. So, I mean, other stuff that I was thinking of putting on the barricade is like maybe a direction sign or something like that. Thanks, I will keep you posted. Publishing at a later date. Yes, please do. I do like leaving veggies on the wood. Oh yeah, I mean, I'm sending this because this is supposed to be a chair eventually, so it needs to be a bit smoother. But for other stuff, absolutely, just I am going to leave some stuff broken up later. Okay, so let's see. I mean, it will do. I mean, it's a chair for peasants anyway. You're not supposed to be comfortable. But where did I just put that part? Here, okay. Yeah, that's a perfectly normal thing to happen. I forget where I put. So my plan is to glue this little part to this little part, so it has a back, and then put some. Or no, I think it would actually be easier to glue the legs first. And I'm going to make the leg out of these because it's much easier to cut them. It's kind of funny because crafting like this, live and stuff, I mean, is absolutely new to me, I think. I mean, I have crafted in Hangouts before, but that was more like everyone plugging along and stuff. And yeah, I am quite enjoying this. Okay, so that's 4 legs, yep. Let's make a tiny chair. No, actually, wait. Let's send these first so that they will actually hold it. I'm using 120 grit here, but I think for this kind of work, even 200 is probably a lot better. 400 might be a bit much, but we are dealing with really tiny things here. I tried to use a rotary tool to cut chair and create pieces. What I invented instead is a highly... I do have a rotary tool that I bought, oh god, it's like 14 years ago now, I think. Yeah, more or less. When I wanted to try and learn metalwork, but I have never managed to figure it out. Actually, I forget why I tried to use that to learn metalwork. But I'm sure I had a good idea at the time. Come on, you can do it, you can stick. Okay, so far it's only stuck to my fingers. Okay, now my fingers have stuck to my fingers. That's fine. My chairs are splintery, sit. Yeah, crap. Let's try that again. No, do not stick to the other stuff. Okay, I should probably be using tweezers for this kind of thing. But obviously, I have no idea where I put my tweezers. So I'll just awkwardly try to position this with my fingers instead. Come on. Oh, never mind. I think I'll just cut another piece. Because that one's pretty long anyway. You know, what we can do is have a broken chair leg. See, chair, you don't listen to me, you get a broken leg. Let's try this again. Okay, come on, you can do it. No, not the finger. Come on. You're almost there. So yeah, I am talking to a tiny piece of furniture. And that, I assure you, is perfectly normal. Okay, I think that's as stuck as it's going to be. And what we have so far is a tiny stool. Look, we have a stool sample. But I want to make this into a chair, so I'm just going to glue the back onto it now. And hope for the best. So yesterday I was reading that there's a local lady who actually wrote a book about what do you call it? Decorating, designing and decorating doll houses. And actually, I think it's something that I want to look into in future. Not for the doll houses, I mean, but the building of small furniture and things like that. I think it would be pretty interesting. Because, yeah, I mean, like, this will be fine on a wreckage pile, but it's not going to win any design awards. Then again, it doesn't have to. So, one last thing I would like to make here is... Oh yeah, a signpost. And I'm going to use the thinner stuff for that. Okay, let's put those back on the very loosely balanced pile of supplies. This one. There we go. Okay, we put a little arrow sign, and yeah, I mean, this will do for a post. Dollhouse scale is usually a bit bigger, right? Yeah, but the thing is that techniques are usually very similar, whether you're building in, I don't know, 28mm scale or 40mm scale. But then again, supplies would definitely be different. Yay! It's that way. Oh yeah, by the way, if you want to hit the subscribe button, I'm sure it's somewhere in that direction. Or the like button. No. No. Oh, good. Oh, hands are complicated. Yeah, there. Okay, so we've got a table, piece of a door, signpost, and chair, for want of a better term. Okay, let's start building up those barricades. Right, I do want to use some more broken stuff, so we're just going to make Eric's creations very happy now and break up a lot of wooden pieces. I recently did a whole deep dive about gaming skills. Turns out I've been building my houses way small and then sticking two big doors and windows on them. How's that? I mean, how did you decide that you're building them too small? Is there like a kind of convention for how large a house should be or stuff like that? I know that most of us who grew up building Games Workshop scale stuff, then yeah, the scales are a bit off because they're just made to fit on a gaming table rather than be any realistic scale. But I mean, what is the correct size of a building? It's like, what is the length of a string? It's a bit too much. Blanks, 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 blanks. Oh, that broke nicely. No, too much. There. Okay, yeah. Few more of these. So what I'm thinking is that because of drying times and stuff, what I'll probably do is just treat these as prototypes, see how they go, and then build more offline if it works out. Just figuring things out. Okay, next, let's see. What else do we need? Okay, figure that orcs like spiky stuff, so let's make some spiky stuff. Okay, I'm going to use these chopsticks. It's going to take some cutting. Not the best tool for this, so yeah, let's go with the breaking again. I think a small saw or something like that would work better. But definitely this does not work for a knife. Okay, and by the way, thanks to also to my colleagues who always get extra chopsticks for me. Okay, so again, about the cutting towards myself kind of thing. I'm not applying a lot of force, and more importantly, I'm cutting directly in. I'm not cutting across my finger, which would definitely cause a lot of damage. Okay, tiny amount of force, and always in a straight direction, not doing this. It's not a sawing motion. Now, what will be a bit unpleasant is when I start to get this down to a point, because then that is what is going to start digging towards my finger. So I'm just going to turn it over now. Pretty much like sharpening a pencil. I prefer to do it the other way as much as possible because this actually gives you less control. But we do have a spiky thing. And let's put in some damage in here because this is way too smooth. Okay. So when you're making these cuts, it's usually a good idea to scoop the blade. Basically, that makes a really rough cut. I looked up how big were medieval houses. Best I got was 49-75 feet long by 13-20 feet wide. Yeah, but I mean, like I said, houses for wargaming tend to be on the really tiny side. I also tend to build up 1" by 1" windows. Yeah, I mean 1" by 1" windows would be gigantic in scale. But I mean, again, it's like, what kind of medieval house are we talking about? Are we talking hovels? Are we talking manors? Are we talking city houses for a merchant, city houses for a noble person, city houses for a random guy who just walked in and needs to rent some crappy accommodation? Because all those are going to be very different. But yeah, 1" window is definitely on the extra large side. And this could be a little spike here. I mean, the other thing about scale is that... oh, hi, David. Good to see you. Okay, just saying, if any of you are going to Mythicon and have not signed up to Duffit stuff, go sign up for Duffit stuff. Okay, so let's see. Try to sort through this mess. Yeah, these are the good pieces. Okay. So, okay. And this is what I'm going to use as a basic. And this is almost empty. That was my bottle, and exactly why I got a bottle with a cap rather than an open water container. And here we go. Okay, so PVA glue. What got me going down the scale rabbit hole was finding out just how small. Yeah, I mean, I was fascinated by that, because it's not just by the standards of whatever, but for ocean-going ships, those things were really tiny. I think that's enough glue. Start by splooshing this over here. I'm probably going to add some forbidden chocolate to this as well later, so even if it looks a bit open, it should still be okay. Okay. Did I make enough pieces? We shall find out. I don't want more spilling over here. More glue. I mean, which is fine because most of the orky aesthetic thing is having things held together by any number of nails and bolts and stuff like that. So I probably should find something to simulate that, but more on that later. Let's get this sorted out first. Okay. Hey, hi Lawrence. How you doing, man? Good to see you. Yeah, actually, just put this one here. Okay, now the way I think about orky terrain is that if it's looking sensible, I'm doing something wrong. So I think I'm definitely on the right track here. Okay, now should I put this door? Here looks fine. Yeah, in case you were wondering, I do go through PVA glue by the bucket load. No, I don't like this here. Nope, not to the bench. Hey, it can go here. Again, best thing about orky terrain, if you want to make a mess, make a mess. It's fine. Clean orky terrain is sad orky terrain. I'll probably use a few rocks and pebbles as well, but I don't have them right here right now. Right. Oh yeah, and to put the signpost, so come on. Yeah, I think this will work. A few more bits around the back just to fill it out. But again, yeah, I mean, like mostly rocks and pieces of stone and stuff like that back here. Okay, let's see. Let's see, cross-eye would err on the smaller size. A large home requires more fire to heat. A small family with maybe some land holding would have wanted to use as little wood as possible. Yep, good point. Okay, Cosbertrain, have a great day. My father's minor cottage, built in the early 1900s, was about 15 by 18 on the ground, with a bedroom upstairs, bathroom at the bottom of the garden. Yeah, that's a good point, definitely, because it's not just living space, it's also about, you know, you have to be able to live in there and not freeze to death and stuff. Okay, so let me just bring this up. So this is the barricade. We'll see how that looks when it's painted. But yeah, I think a bit of stone and rubbish and stuff will help it along. So yeah, happy with this one. Okay, so as a reminder, I'm just going to drop the link to the community showcase again. And I'm going to take a couple of minutes break to go to the bathroom and stuff, and then we'll be right back with the community showcase. Okay, hope you folks are enjoying this so far, because I definitely am. I'm enjoying this much more than the painting sessions. Not that I didn't enjoy the painting, it's just the format of the thing as something I have to work on a bit more. But yeah, catch you in a second. I'm back. There are some new messages in the community showcase, so let's get down to that. There we go. Okay, so first up is Meredith from Scatter Terrain, putting together the shipwreck that she showed us last week. This is some good stuff. So this was for some Monster Bash challenge where she built this skeleton mermaid monster thingy. And this is just the habitat for it. So considering that the main entry is actually the creature, she's putting a lot of work into this and it looks amazing. There we go. Lovely textures on that. I would love to build a ship model sometime, definitely on my to-do list. So yeah, definitely Meredith, I will be asking questions. The shipwreck format makes it really good for playability as well, because you've got all these gaps and things to be able to move the miniatures. Nice. Okay, next one up is from Hexon C, and C who says, painted up one of my last resin kit buildings I had laying about. This is from a series I had helped master back in 2006. Scratch built a roof and will need to add copious amounts of rubble. Back then, when we played at Apocalypse, our friendly local gaming store, we had a table full of several styles of building, which I suspect I will be rebuilding in foam core as the molds are long past viability. Ah, that's a pity. But yeah, this looks good. I think I can see the Mordheim doors and windows in there. That plastic kit was so good. Some nice elevation in there, yeah. Good building for Mordheim, lots of elevation, lots of options for hiding. The ground floor looks a bit weird, to be honest, but okay, it's an elevated ground floor. Okay, that makes more sense now. So yeah, about the molds going past viability, I haven't made molds that long ago in terms of when I started, so I have no idea how long they stay viable for. Although I have heard that resin does make silicone go not go bad. How would you say that? It's like but it kills the mold a lot faster. But oh, okay, this is pretty. I've seen that Chris has been building out of these recently, so let's see what he says. Trash cabin, blank, detailed out in finished form as an example. The only components not scavenged from waste were the magnet used to attach the scrap XPS foam chimney and the wooden dollhouse shingle used for the door. The chimney and front vestibule detached to store inside the structure were not in use. Oh, that's nice. To prevent breakage and maximize storage efficiency. An entire village will fit inside a modest box. This sounds like something that Chris has been really planning out carefully. I like that he thought of the, preventing the breakage in transit and apart from storage. That's a really good idea. And yeah, it is a complete trash build, so that's also another, bonus points for him. See, cardboard, card, nice. Oh, now this is something else. completed prototype, sans paint, of a medieval fantasy cottage using a new mosaic style of 2-layer foam core board and construction I've been exploring. The outer textures are assembled piece by piece like a jigsaw puzzle over an inner foam core substrate. The cardboard shingle roof sections are removable to reveal a playable interior. Oh wow, okay. I'm not entirely sure which parts he's referring to that are detachable. I'm guessing that he's talking about the sections between the beams or the timbers, but I'm thinking, yeah, that's still a fair amount of work. Not as much as going brick by brick, I mean, but it's still quite a bit of work. I like the effect though. Especially this curved roof thingy. Awesome workers. And a work in... Chris, you have been very busy this week. A work in progress 28mm rendition of one of the pure oil gas stations prevalent in, in the US in the late 1920s and 1930s. So this is the miniature and... Huh. Yeah, I can see where the whole thing is going. It really does seem strange for a 1920s building, though. It's like very traditional, I guess, at that point in time. Hey, I see that Palpatine joined us. Yeah, don't worry, Martin. You're never late. You're always on perfect Martin time. Martin is never late, and it's always good to see you. Okay, more from Chris. Just completed these assembled and primed building blanks for an upcoming local crafting event themed around the fall harvest. That sounds like fun. Each farm kit consists of 6 blanks for a barn, farmhouse, and 2 additions that can form a standalone building, a shed, workshop, and a shipping container. All the pieces can be finished to mix and match with one another, and they nest inside the 2 larger structures. Again, that's good planning there. Everything except for the corrugated paper barn roof not shown is made from trash. The scale suitable for 28mm tabletop games or O-scale dioramas. These structures and the materials for their final details, like shingles and trim, are made almost completely from waste cardboard and cost next to nothing to make. Yeah, you can tell when someone really thinks hard about this kind of thing, because there's some... even if they're just blanks, there's a lot of planning going through this. Yeah, I'd love to see the finished pieces at the end of the meet, because I'm sure that people will go crazy with these. Let's say a crafting meet does sound super interesting. I've never been to one. I don't think there's anything like that locally, but yeah. Okay, me. Okay. Nah, come on. I saw a message earlier from Mia that she had just started this build today, and I think it's suddenly very far along. Loving this design. It's like a stepped hill with stairs. Not sure if this is meant to be played on or if it's a display piece, but all those little ledges there definitely can be played on. Okay, and I'm guessing, sorry, this is going to be a lighthouse, so I'm guessing there's more stuff that's going to be added on top. Yeah, I'm guessing that me as like my crafting antipode, I'm really slow and مثلا, but when she gets going, she's built something like this in how long does it take? Okay, Dungeons and Dragons. I have trouble making steps and stairs. What I found is usually is that I think Mia did it in the same way here, but basically you just cut individual blocks, just make as many as possible, and then once you've got any kind of ramp or whatever, or even if you don't, you can just stack them on top of each other. So yeah, Mia, how did you make these stairs? Because I'm guessing it's the same way, just cutting the ramp and then gluing them on top of it. This is going to look good. So yeah, mostly a display piece, but I can see it's still a playable piece, I think. Definitely looks good. So let me see if I've got some random... Oh yeah, I do have some random blocks. Of course I have random blocks of them. I never throw anything away. Okay, so Dungeons and Chronics, what I meant is you cut a bunch of pieces like this. And then you stack them up. And then if you need to, just cut whatever parts you need from here. Usually to make things easier on myself, I like to cut the part flat. I mean the socket for the stairs, so you cut that square. And then you can just cut the stairs square as well, and you just insert them into place. So yeah, me I saying 1-inch foam squares cut in half and grooves cut to squeeze them in. Yeah, pretty much the same thing, but yeah, just turn the problem into smaller problems. Okay, Campaigner is saying lots and lots and lots of dex checks climbing those stairs. Yeah, I mean, especially if it's the end of session kind of thing and you're on a timer, it's just getting up those steps is going to be nerve-wracking. So yeah, let's see. Okay, nothing else in the showcase. So okay, I'm going to just let the stuff in front of the fan to dry out, so I'll bring them back in a second. But in the meantime, do you have any other ideas for orky terrain? What would an orcish camp have? I'm thinking mostly, I don't know, maybe a trophy pile or something like that, but I would love to have some more ideas. Possibly some kind of idol, but I think I might leave that for another time and try to either carve it out of foam or sculpt it out of air drying clay, which would be fun. I think I haven't done that in a while. I don't know. Some kind of bonfires or campfires might be interesting, but again, I think a lot of people have done those before, so I'll probably look that up and then try to follow the tutorial. Let's see. Listener pins? Okay, so yeah, Gork and Mork idols are definitely in there. I like Gork and Mork, so basically in the Warhammer universes, orcs have two twin gods, Gork and Mork, and no one can tell them apart, except that one is cunning and brutal, the other one is brutal and cunning. I would just like to say again that it's so something to do show. No, tell you the truth, the showcase is something that I'm always looking forward to, because I mean, everyone does some amazing work, and yeah, they people do share them throughout the week and stuff, but that's the one time of the week where you can see everything together, and I really love that. So yeah, literally my pleasure. Okay, so fire pit, meat on spits, and banners. So for the fire pit, I definitely can find some tutorials. The meat on spits, I'm probably going to check with Meredith, because I know that she already did some. So definitely going to reference that. Banners, I know a few ways of making banners, but I know that Trent from Miscast Terrain did a video on that recently. So probably going to look into that. Otherwise, yeah, I mean, I've got my good old paper terrain, paper banners, which I could definitely go for. Or what I've been wanting to try is making banners from aluminum cans. Which should not be too different from paper banners, except that they hold their shape a lot better. Plus, I've recently discovered that after talking to Chris a while back, soda cans these days aren't nearly as dangerous as they were when I was 13. So yeah, definitely worth trying. Dungeon Mate, Bonfire, you just want to see me cry trying to work with LEDs, right? Admit it. But yeah, I look into Bonfire as well. Cages, yeah, okay, cages are a really good idea. It's possibly something I could try to throw together right now and see how that goes. If we have time. Yeah, we have a few minutes, I guess. Okay, lots of horns and rope from green stuff. Yeah, I think not just horns and rope, but I think that making a lot of smaller decorations would be great. I mean, I haven't sculpted anything in a while, so definitely would like to do that. I even got this new sculpting kit this weekend, so definitely going to be trying it out. I don't think I would do it on the live stream though, simply because it has the same problem as painting on the stream, where stuff is down here, and I have to bring it up or to the camera or whatever, because it's tiny stuff. So it wouldn't be really easy to for you to actually see what I'm doing, which defeats the point of the stream. Might do it in a video. That's actually a very good idea. Okay, so let's see if we can knock up some quick cages. And I'm thinking, since I've got the cocktail sticks here, I could probably go with those. If the tape will cooperate. Yes, thank you, tape. Let's see. Okay, so turning the tape into a loop like this helps, because you can just literally plonk it down on the mat then, and it should hold in place. And let's see, how large do we want this? Yeah, I think just slightly larger than the thing. I'm going to cut it slightly larger so I can cut them into points. Fair is also... Yeah, I have made fair before. Sculpted fair, I mean. Now, since you're meshing fair, one of the original, old school Citadel miniatures sculptors, Trish Carden, used to go by Trish Morrison back in the day, is on Facebook and Instagram, and she occasionally makes these guides like how to sculpt. I recall that she did fair, scales, and if I'm not mistaken, feathers. And I mean, even if they're just step-by-step photos, they're absolute masterclasses. So I think it's Monster Girl Trish, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, if you're at all into sculpting, find her on Facebook or Instagram and give her a follow, because the woman has was 30, possibly 35 years of experience in the field, so probably more. So I don't think there are many people who could give you that depth of information. Also for sculpting, but it's he mostly does full miniature tutorials. Tom Mason. But again, I mean, even if you're not interested in sculpting full miniature, the techniques you can learn from him are really useful, because you can apply them to other things. I mean, if you know how to figure out how to sculpt a texture, you're sorted. Yes, that's a brilliant series of tutorials. Absolutely. And yeah, I remember one of my moments was when she had posted a tutorial about how she did mail armor textures. And I had reverse engineered it back in 2000. And yeah, I was really happy when I saw that, because it was like, damn, I did that right. Logan Kunz. If your raiders are nomadic raider style, yurt style huts or teepees work well. Yeah, actually, I built one, or at least the framework for one earlier in the stream. I'm just going to bring it in a few minutes once it dries out a bit more. Because yeah, I totally see them living in tents. Okay, so let's see if we can start this cage. Okay. I should probably align it a bit better. So again, let's just use the yeah, I tried to keep hold of all of them earlier, but what happened was that I ended up with water and PVA glue all over the bench in a very poorly conceived crafting event. And I ended up moving everything around, so, but yeah, I mean, okay, this should work. And I'm going to have to make 4 of these. So yeah, I mean, even something like cages can take its time. Unless you're Mia, obviously, in which case she's probably already made 45 of them. Actually, I need to make 5 because I need something to go over the top as well, yeah? Otherwise, whoever's in them can just climb out. Okay, and I just realized that I did a stupid. I didn't keep another one to keep track of the length. Oh well, we'll just have to guess. So this week I've got some Goblin Wolf Riders I'm planning to paint. So there's definitely more, possibly some Goblin stuff to craft as well later. But we'll figure that out. Oh yeah, and just for everyone who came in a bit late, just a reminder that the spooky crafting challenge is due on the I forgot myself now. On the 27th, that's in 2 weeks. So again, the objective of the crafting competition is, well, it's not a competition, it's a challenge. You don't win anything. Except maybe a warm fuzzy feeling inside. But yeah, the objective is to craft something spooky, not necessarily, sorry, not gory, not just disgusting, just spooky. Okay, we're talking, let's see, we're not talking Saw here. Okay, come on. Need 8 of those, okay. Even a warm fuzzy feeling can be spooky. Yeah, I mean, spooky is out about context. I mean, like, if you take something totally innocuous, I don't know, like Care Bear, I don't know. If you see a Care Bear in the middle of the street at night unexpectedly, then yeah, that would be pretty weird. Does anyone even remember the Care Bears? They were big when I was a kid. I don't think they've been picked up again like the like My Little Pony were. Sorry, I should keep this on camera. 3. Okay, this time I shall make another one to keep track of the size. I do occasionally learn from my mistakes. Okay. If I can peel this one off. Ah, damn it. So one came off, it's okay, we can glue it back. This is mostly just until we get them together, but at this point we can just glue this thing back on. Not to my finger. There. Stay. I'm just going to try to use this to align. It's not going to be exact, but yeah. Again. Orc stuff. Yeah. Forget all precision. All E who enter here. It's fun to build stuff when you don't need to worry about it being crooked or weird looking or whatever. But okay, so that's one orientation. Now, in this case, what I want to do is have them all offset slightly so that they fit together. There were a lot of Care Bear movies, shows, etc. back in the day. Someone even invented an the Care Bears, okay. Okay. Yeah, I think this would look good painted metal. Thing is that bamboo has a very straight grain, so it wouldn't look as weird as, say, this kind of wood painted metal. Plus, I think a good primer should be enough to cover that. Okay. More sticks. Orc terrain. Let's see. Fire pits, skull, spear, scarred loot twig. And shields. Yeah, definitely more skulls. But like I said to Martin, that's probably best. I mean, I could use some plastic skulls and stuff, but for other decorations, I think if I'm sculpting anything, I'm not going to do it on the stream because of the. It wouldn't really be visible. But yeah, I have been thinking about sculpting recently because it's something I have not done in a very long time. Working on some tiny foam pumpkins. So, foam tiny pumpkins. Yay! Ooh, okay. If you want to drop something in the community showcase, Dungeons and Chronics, just go right ahead. But I also see that Martin just put in one of his creations. So yeah, let's go back to that actually. Where did it go? Here. Okay, I'm guessing this is one of your creatures that you make from pieces of wood that you find. Is that a seashell behind his head. Ah, this stuff is fascinating. Okay, yeah, Martin is definitely another amazing crafter. I think you can find him on Instagram, and he's got this whole collection of creatures made out of found wood and green stuff. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. I need two more because one of them is my reference. Do not use the reference in the build. I'm sure it's happened to everyone at some point that you're working off a template and then you accidentally use the template in your build, and then you're left without a template. I think it's one of those things like, I don't know, putting your brush in the paint, your brush in the coffee instead of the paint water. And that's no good. Can't have any loose bars here. So my idea here is to have these overlap like this, and then trim the edges. Maybe not even trim them all that much. See, 1, 2, 3. Yep. Okay, thinking about it, I do have not a roll, I mean a sheet of granny grating over there, which I bought to use for Windows, but I never actually ended up using. That would also be very useful for cages. I mean, we started with this one. Just build this from scratch. Okay, now this one needs to be lined up with the other one because they're opposites. Right, yeah. Okay, I don't think I'm going to do the top of the. Actually, I might as well do it, but thinking maybe skip doing the top, but I think it will can just go ahead and finish this. There it goes. Ballistic toothpicks. 5 and 3 more. No, yeah, 4 more. Okay, I think I'm going to get the pieces if they've died, and the ones we've been doing earlier today. After this, and possibly calling it a day after this. But definitely, if you've got any other suggestions for builds, definitely keep them coming. Drop them in the comments or let me know on Discord. I will be trying to do some of them next Sunday. No, I need this part. Here. So yeah, let's see what comes out. It seems that we've been. Yeah, there. At least it came off. Okay, came off nicely. Also, I wanted to ask, because I'm liking this thing of sticking to a team. Yeah, you want fire? Okay, yeah, we will have fire. I'm kind of liking this thing of sticking to a team, so I was thinking, painting miniatures and building terrain for a particular creature or whatever over the course of a month. Do you guys have any preferences for November? I was thinking going with dwarves simply because I've got some dwarf miniatures lying around, which could use some paint. But if you have any other suggestions, stuff that we could build terrain for during the month. Dwarves? Yeah. Let's go with dwarves. I'm happy with dwarves. I'll probably be happy with anything that's not green because I think at the end of the month I'm going to be sick of painting green creatures. Ah, crap. Now what I'm thinking is that to make this look more metallic and rusted, I could probably apply some baking powder and super glue to it, but it's something I want to try later. Just to make it look super crusty and stuff. Okay, now I will need a couple of more for the top. It was a Yeah, I think I'm all sorted for spikes though. More, 5, okay, 3 more. 4 more. No, I'm starting to think that the matchsticks would actually have been a better choice for the cage. Because they're square, they would glue together more easily. But then again, it's also a super fragile kind of wood. So putting it together might be a bit of a mess. Okay. So we don't need this anymore. Thank you very much. There we go. Okay. And this goes into the bin because I'm organized. I got a bin. That's a bin over there. And we can start to assemble this thing. I hope. Yeah, okay. Pretty sure it will work in some configuration. Yeah, whatever, let's do this and then again, maybe cut those parts. Okay, I should absolutely have marked out which parts go together. So yeah, let's see. Okay, this looks like it makes sense. Actually, thinking about it, I didn't even need to do all these because now we've got these two bars touching each other. Let's see. Yes. Because now I can just glue these two together on the same bar. I hope. Find out. Okay, just in case anyone was wondering, no, I don't have any idea what I'm doing. Just gluing things to each other and hoping for the best. Come on. Okay. So it can sit there on its own for a second. Let's figure this out. Okay. What I want to do is mark this position here. Oh yeah, that's absolutely clear. I'm totally not going to overshoot it. There. Yeah, I think we got this. Yeah, obviously I put the glue on the wrong side of the body. That's alright. Okay. So right now I'm trying to hold it to a 90-degree angle-ish. Last one should be a bit easier. Oh no! Well, this cage is definitely working already. It's trapping things just fine. Okay. One trick I've learned when it comes to working with super glue, don't just try to pull straight away. Try to rotate it. Your skin will still rip, it's just a lot less painful this way. So, okay, let's see. Oh, this one's going to be tricky. But yeah, this should work. Ish. You know, this is the kind of thing where I should really have marked things out beforehand. Oh, damn it. It's part. Ah, nope. Hey, let's reglue this. By the way, another word of warning about super glue. If you're working in your bedroom, don't use super glue. Seriously, it takes time to vent off, so you definitely don't want to be breathing that in while you sleep. Yep. Yeah, so far I've mostly I've glued more things to my fingers today than actually to the actual things. So you are going to stay there, and I'm going to. No, shit, it's the wrong way around. Ah, don't stay there. Yeah, I am pretty confused right now because I was pretty sure this was fitting just a minute ago. Hey, Kid Bash, how are you doing? So yeah, I'm trying to make a cage. So far, it's been very effective because I've already managed to trap my fingers in it. I'm thinking about it. I mean, like, when were any of you crafting in the 80s and 90s? You know, when there were still lead miniatures and stuff like that. Sure, that was pretty unhealthy. I wonder if that's what happened to all my brain cells. Oops. Okay, so we don't need the two outside ones on this one. Come on. Obviously, the one I need to get loose is the hardest, the one that's stuck best. Doing another 24-hour rally. Whoa. What kind of rally, if you don't mind my asking? Yeah, okay, this should work. Yeah, I'm definitely going to do the baking powder thing on this, just even just cover the obnoxious amount of glue I put into it. And yeah, this is way more super glue than I am normally happy using. Because among other things, it's not just irritating if you're not careful, it's also pretty fragile. So if you hit it wrong, it's just going to snap. Okay, so yeah. Now I'm thinking this is going to be a solid cage, so the only way that they could get someone to is literally plopping the cage over their head. Which I'm pretty, they're orcs, they're strong, so I'm pretty sure they could do that. "24-hour kit bashing rally, tend to get 3 projects started, so it's good." Oh well, okay. Definitely takes a lot of energy, but I'm sure it's a lot of fun. Okay, so let's get some pieces over here. So yeah, the super glue and baking soda isn't just for appearance. It also makes the join a lot harder. Resistant, I mean. Okay. Hey, thanks, man, and bon appetit. I mean, I could have made the top of the cage separate and then you just plunk it on top, but let's be honest, I'll probably lose that in 30 minutes. There we go. Yay, we have a cage. Let's see. Okay, and we can fit a miniature inside it. So that's good. But yeah, I mean, with some cleaning up, this could definitely work. Note would look cool draping some chains around it stuff, and yeah. One thing I'm going to do though is because of some wonk is good, but the bottom of this is all over the place. So possibly might need to trim that down a little, or maybe see if I can sand it down a little without breaking it. Just trying to get it down to one level, even if it's slanted or something. That's fine. But having it, I think I want at least 3 points tire level so that it won't wobble around. And sand. Yeah, this would take a while, so yeah, definitely not doing this here. And I stuck myself to it again. Okay, so just leave it there, and yeah, I'm going to wash my hands real quick because I've got sticky stuff all over it. and I'll bring the stuff we did earlier back to sea. So back in 5 minutes. Okay, and I'm back, and so starting in reverse order. This is the cage. Seem to have settled now, so yeah, not sticky anymore. By the way, pro tip for the gentleman out there: if you're working with super glue, make sure you wash your hands very carefully before you go to the bathroom. I'm not saying that's what happened out there, but just be careful. Okay. Item number 2, our barricade. I think it will look good with some more rocks and gunk all over it, but yeah, I think it's a good start. And with some more appropriate cutting tools for the wooden parts and stuff, I think making the chairs and stuff would be a lot easier. But yeah, I'm really happy with this one. I think it will paint up great. Now, the tent structure, still not cured yet, still a bit too wet, but definitely getting there. It's not dripping at least. And yeah, might want to make it a bit lower to the ground, but otherwise, yeah, I'm liking where this is going. So yeah, I think this was a pretty good crafting session. Okay, so whoa, okay. That was a bit longer than I thought. Everyone, thank you so much for joining me today, and remember that we have the crafting challenge in 2 weeks. I will be back next week with some more orc and goblin terrain, so definitely picking up on your suggestions. And yeah, thanks again for watching, and have a lovely week. Bye everyone. Bye.